फाइटर तक आते आते you had given how many auditions?
More than 300, 400 auditions. Bro, I have a bag filled with scripts. इतना मोटा हो गया है उसका वो pocket. When he walks in, you know that, Hritik Roshan is coming on set. I used to get to audition with Indian models as well as foreign models.
Because the way you look, right?
Yeah, bro.
You can easily pass off as a model from the Gulf. थोड़ी सी उर्दू बोलनी सीख लो.
तकल्लुफ ना कीजिए.
South Korean food, some Japanese food and stuff like that. नहीं होता ना. Instagram आने के बाद पिछले मैंने 5-6 साल में देखा. You have been into fitness for the longest time, right? सर पकड़ लो.
And we gotta do it something like this.
ऋषभ भाई and welcome. You took out the time and came on. I watched the film and the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about was how did you put on that size? Yeah. I mean, the poster behind you also, it looks so much more like the Predator and the Commando one from the Arnold movie.
Yeah.
Right? So how did it start? What does your fitness routine look like? कैसे चलता है?
Bro, my life, firstly, thank you for having me, bro. And I would like to say that my life revolves around fitness. Basically, when I was a kid, school mein I was around 120 kgs. So when I went to college, that weight loss happened. I lost like 60 kgs in 6 months. And then I lost some more weight. And then I was looking so weak that I thought, कोई भी आके हड़का के चले जाएगा, bro. Then I was like, ठीक है, थोड़ा gym join करते हैं, कुछ body बनाते हैं. And that's when I started working out.
Right.
And that was in 2012. 2012 to 16 tak I was just generally working out. 16 mein I got very serious. I came back to Delhi in 14. And 16 mein I got really serious. I started competing in 2017. I competed in 2 bodybuilding competitions. And so वही चलता रहा. My routine towards my fitness has always been there. So when I got the part and they told me that I have to bulk, I was super happy.
Super happy.
क्योंकि अपना modeling में we are not allowed to gain too much size. I mean, allowed तो क्या, if you gain too much size, you don't get that much work. So I was always lean for the last 2, 3, 4 years. I was staying lean.
Right.
But when I got this, I was like, chalo, let's go. So anyways, I started, I increased my diet. I went up to 6 to 7 meals a day.
Right.
I was...
How many calories were you at?
Bro, I was at somewhere around 2,800, 3,000 calories.
3,000 calories.
And
yeah, distributed across 7 meals a day, right?
Across 7 meals a day, bro. And so normally before the film, I would have carbs, say during breakfast and lunch. That's it.
Right.
This time I was having carbs in 6 of my 7 meals. So I usually don't eat sweet potato and stuff which is a little difficult to cook because I stay alone. But here I was eating potato, sweet potato, rice, whatever you say. Then I hired a really nice fitness trainer also. He's from Bombay. His name is Rishab Sawhney. Phenomenal guy, bro. मतलब
right. तो उन्होंने आपकी वर्कआउट और दोनों आपका न्यूट्रिशन डिजाइन किया? He designed all of those?
नहीं, वर्कआउट पूरा उन पे था. For my nutrition, I worked with these nutritionists, Dr. Kanishk and Ashim Mathan. So these people really designed proper cut to cut. Like I was always weighing my food and eating it, but when I was competing,
I do it every day. Yeah.
Yeah. So when because of this, they've got back that habit for me. Now I was again weighing food, eating it. मतलब मजा आ रहा था, bro. I was having so much fun. I was working out for 2.5 hours, and when you're just generally into fitness, you do it every day, but you don't push yourself too much. कि हर रोज का point नहीं है. With this film, I got that chance. I was pushing like 100, 110 lbs, dumbbells on each side while chest press and all. So it was a really fun time.
The motivation would have been completely different, no? You have to go against Hritik, who has maintained a very, very good physique for the past 25, 22 years. So motivation would be on a different level, right?
I was getting to work with one of my inspirations.
Right.
So that was in itself really motivating. Plus, then there was that factor also that I'm playing a villain opposite Hritik Roshan. So the villain has to look like, he can take him on, because it's not like, every Tom, Dick and Harry cannot just come and take on a person with so much personality. So वो लगना था यार बड़ा. In fact, my director had told me this brief while we were signing the film that देख तेरे सामने पूरी team है. So imagine you are playing Thanos and that's the Avengers in front of you. I've said this in a lot of interviews also. Like that was enough motivation for me, bro. And yeah,
True.
that's about it.
And they did not ask you for a shirtless scene? How
No,
did it
bro.
go?
No.
No?
वो नहीं हुआ.
Right.
That was not
Yeah, because
planned or.
मैंने just when we were on the call also, I told you that I was expecting that he will take off his shirt and we would get to see a bigger chest and a bigger size. Although वो t-shirt में जो last उन्होंने shoot भी and angles भी उन्होंने इतने अच्छी तरह लिए that your bicep, the peak of the bicep, even if you're not flexing it that much, the longer head of the bicep is pretty much visible and you can see that this guy has size because rest of the movie जो पहले हो आप, you are wearing overcoat, trench coats and stuff like that. Nobody could make out.
Yeah.
That's a fucking sleeper build, right? Towards the end of the film, you come out, take the thing off, and I'm like, bro, this guy has definitely put on muscle. How was it bulking? You know, I have bulked. I have gone up to like 4,500 calories in 2019. I bulked up and then I cut down to a shoot. Bhai, it's like so much food that you
Bro,
always keep stuffed and you are always fluffy in the face, right? How was your experience shoving down so much food?
similar, bro. मतलब मेरे को आदत नहीं थी. I was not used to eating so much. Like after
Yeah.
2017, I haven't eaten so much food. And although, you know, somewhere it was also nice because I was getting to eat a lot more things than I could usually.
Right.
But बहुत हो गया था यार. The shoot went on for almost a year. We started,
Right.
so I started my prep in August 2022, and the shoot got over in October 2023. So I
Right.
had to keep that size the whole time, right? And
Right,
it
right,
got
right.
too much, bro. Like, oh my God. I'm at a very chill space. I'm eating like 3, 4 meals.
Right.
But nahi yaar, it does get too much. Eating so much every day, and you have to maintain timings. You have to be particular about everything. एक दाना इधर से उधर नहीं, not getting to eat sweets. I have a huge sweet tooth. वो मैं
Right.
normally
Same.
भी मतलब I try to avoid it, but हफ्ते में एक बारी हो जाता है. But for this, it was completely off, and yeah, bro, but it was like कि मजा भी आ रहा है, but नहीं भी आ रहा है, you know, that sort of a situation कि मैं जब खाने को मिल रहा था इतना सारा, so I was happy about it, but मेरे
Right.
को ये नहीं ऑप्शन था कि मेरे को आज नहीं खाना तो मैं नहीं खाऊंगा.
Right, right.
You get
That's
it?
true. Right, right. And by एक चीज और है, a lot of people think that it's difficult to cut down, but it's actually more difficult to put on size, right? To
Bro,
eat
I
so
think
much, right?
again depends on a person's metabolism, यार. I mean, if I go off a diet and
Right.
if I start eating junk, I gain fat like this. My body is like that.
Same.
I know people, there are friends I have, they eat all kinds of rubbish, but कुछ size नहीं चढ़ता. कितना भी खा ले, they eat
Right.
a lot,
Right.
but नहीं
Right.
चढ़ता. So again, it's metabolic rate जैसा आपका है, उस पे depend करता है. But yes, I would agree to gain a proper, like gain, which you call clean gaining, where you're not
Right.
gaining through junk and all, that is much harder than
Right.
cutting. I would agree to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Also, bro,
Absolutely.
about that shirtless scene, I want to get back and say something about it.
Ha ha ha.
We had a discussion, and it's like Siddharth Anand, he is a visionary director, bro. So his vision is, he's like, bro, it's very mainstream and it's done too much. And you don't see it across international cinema that, you know, the t-shirt, body अच्छी है तो t-shirt उतार ही दो. So that is also one of the reasons we didn't go for that.
And it did feel like that. पता है क्या? एक तो the way you look, I would want to say this, you look like an international villain to me, right? Through and through the film, right? The way you look like that, your eyes and the way you carried yourself in the film. I'm not saying this just because I'm sitting here with you. It's a fact, right? You looked like an international villain, number one. And the second thing जो आपने बताई कि हाँ कि भैया all throughout ऐसे नहीं होता है. बहुत सारी फिल्में ऐसी हैं, जैसे अभी रीचर का अगर सेकंड सीजन आपने देखा होगा, उसमें एलन रिचसन है. He hasn't taken off his shirt a lot, like probably
Bro,
one or
he
two
has a
shots.
phenomenal body.
Phenomenal physique, phenomenal. Have you seen that? Have you seen Reacher? Both
I know the
seasons?
actor. I have not seen Reacher, but I know the actor. I've seen him in a lot of projects before this.
Yeah, yeah. Huge. That's a huge guy. Like he's 6'3", 6'4",
Oh
nearly
yeah, bro.
275 pounds. बहुत बहुत वजन हो जाता है. How much
Imagine
body
the
fat were you
frame, bro.
carrying?
Imagine the frame.
The frame is sick, यार. मैंने पहले वाले सीजन में देखा था. So if you watch the first season, if you ever get the time, पहले और दूसरे सीजन में he has gotten leaner in the second season, but he has maintained his size. In the first season, you could look at him and you could say कि हाँ यार ठीक है, washboard abs हैं, but the size is pretty good, right? You can see the fluff on the face, right? But in the second season, he went ham, man. He went ham. और उसने एक शॉट में टी-शर्ट उतारी है, it's like every muscle is visible. He's like approximately two months out from competing. If you want him to compete in open bodybuilding, he probably can pull it off.
अरे
If not
bro,
open, then men's physique.
this is something I really admire about my trainer as well, bro. Like उनको देख के लगता है किसी भी दिन स्टेज पे उतार दो, no stress. He's that well built. So I really
Right.
respect people like this, bro. Like it takes a lot of
Absolutely.
dedication and hard work to, maintain yourself throughout the year.
Right, right.
And I
बहुत
love
मुश्किल है
doing
ये.
that. बहुत मुश्किल है बट मजा बड़ा आता है. If you have that, अगर आपको चस्का है उस चीज का, if you have the taste for it,
हाँ, हाँ.
then you will do it at no cost.
Right.
बस
And
मेरे
plus
साथ
मैंने देखा लोगों को ये लगता है कि it's very difficult to maintain abs 365 days a year. Like razor sharp abs की कोई बात नहीं कर रहा है. You can still
हाँ,
maintain a decent midsection, right? अगर आप
definitely.
normally खा रहे हो, you are even eyeballing your calories, you're staying away from a lot of oil, lot of junk, you can still maintain that, right? A lot of people
Definitely.
don't believe this.
Like, bro, the thing is, a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about fitness.
Oh, massive,
You know,
massive.
too many, and there are a lot of people who fuel those misconceptions as well. Matlab, it's very, so my personal experience, bro, initially, like I've been lucky. Like when I started bodybuilding in Delhi also, I had a good coach with me who was, well learned. He had a lot of knowledge, and the best part was he used to treat me like family. So he didn't charge me for like training me for any competitions in
Right?
Delhi.
अच्छा.
And I got lucky, but at the same time, I was seeing other, people coming to the gym and people, yeah, it's easy to fool someone in the fitness industry. Not now, maybe, but like 6, 7 years back, it was very easy. So all these things just led to people having a lot of misconceptions about fitness.
And a
Plus the
lot of
instant,
people coincide fitness with bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is a different sport altogether, right?
it's a subsection of fitness, bro. And I don't think
Exactly.
bodybuilding competition ke time pe anyone can call themselves fit. The people
Right.
competing, they are not fit, bro.
Oh, you have done that,
They
right?
they look phenomenal.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is an ideal Adonis, Greek
Right,
mythology wala physique.
right. Yeah,
But yeah, not having water for 2 days,
yeah,
not having
yeah.
salt for weeks, it's not
Right,
healthy for the
right,
joints.
right.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people think that it's like a very beautiful car that you look at an auto expo, at an auto show, पर
yeah.
अंदर से कुछ नहीं है, गाड़ी चलती नहीं है वो, ठीक है?
नहीं चलती
They
bro.
are at the peak and people are like, that's the epitome of fitness. I'm like, it's not, right? First of all, bodybuilding, you know it. Bodybuilding is a thankless sport, right?
Yeah,
It is a
bro.
thankless sport.
I would never have stopped competing. So when I did my second competition, I got like I think I got fifth place in that. And in my first one I got second. ठीक है तो
Right.
सेकंड कंपटीशन में तो आई वाजंट लाइक इंटरेस्टेड क्योंकि अब हो गया था स्टेज पे नहीं जा रहे थे टू विन एनी मेडल और एनीथिंग एंड आई डिड वेरी स्मॉल कंपटीशन लाइक दीस वर नॉट वेरी बिग ह्यूज एज कंपटीशन आई वाज जस्ट ट्राइंग इट आउट
Local competitions. Huh.
yeah and in the first competition bro the guy who came first he was phenomenal no doubt but it was so sad to see that that guy got like 5100 rupees cash and a
It's
box of ghee.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, like I'm like, bro, this is not even get him a box of protein if he wants a good one.
Right,
And
right.
I was like, no,
That,
at that time I was like, there's no scope
there
in
is no
this.
scope in it. Right,
Even Mr. Olympia, bro, it's such a magnificent and a huge stage, but the prize money
right.
is still low. The athletes earn through their social
हाँ,
media and their trainings and their
yeah,
coachings, but the
yeah,
price
yeah.
is still low. Winning price is still very low.
Yeah. Do you know ओलंपिया में जो मिस्टर ओ है द ओपन कैटेगरी जिसमें सारे खेलते हैं बड़े ओवर
जिसमें
हाँ
शिवम
हाँ हाँ
जीता है.
हाँ हाँ सीबम वन इन क्लासिक फिजिक
Oh, sorry.
सीबम
Yes.
वन
Sorry.
हाँ सो देर आर तो ओपन और क्लासिक के बीच में ओपन का मेरे ख्याल द प्राइज मनी $300,000 के करीब है 150 300 एंड व्हेन इट कम्स डाउन टू बॉइल्स डाउन टू क्लासिक फिजिक ठीक है जिसको देखने के लिए एक्चुअली लोग आते हैं लोग बड़े बॉडी बिल्डर्स को देखने के लिए नहीं आते इट हैज चेंज्ड अ
नहीं.
लॉट एवर सिंस द 70s एंड द 80s मास
Yeah, bro.
मॉन्स्टर्स का जो एरा आया था डोरियन येट्स रॉनी कोलमैन नाउ इट्स शिफ्टिंग बैक टू सीबम टाइप ऑफ फिजिक्स राइट
Yeah, bro.
एंड इवन लोअर देन दैट जो आजकल वो आ गया कि ऊपर ऊपर से जज होता है नीचे से जज नहीं होता
Fitness
विच इज
model.
कॉल्ड द मेंस हाँ फिटनेस मॉडल
Men's
मेंस
physique,
फिजिक
yeah.
जो होने लगा हाँ सो ऑल ऑफ देम आर not getting paid a lot just like you said right $1.5 $2 टॉप वाले को मिल रहे हैं और by the time you come down to physique there you are just getting paid 50,000 so it's not even half the
Yeah.
money that's the top competitor is getting paid the difference is huge right the top bodybuilders are only getting paid those are the only bodybuilders who are getting paid which boils down to the thing that a lot of people say that bodybuilding is a sport, right? मैं यहाँ पे थोड़ा इत्तेफाक रखता हूँ, bodybuilding is definitely a sport, but
Definitely.
इस sport को कभी भी मान्यता नहीं मिलेगी, या सरकार, लोग कहते हैं सरकार से मान्यता दिला दो. How? You know the obvious reasons, right? All the doping,
Of
everything
course.
that goes into it, right? You cannot give bodybuilding sport an Indian recognition kind of thing that government recognize करती है इस sport को. There's a
नहीं
lot of
नहीं
risk involved in bodybuilding, right? And
Definitely,
plus,
bro.
bouncing off dumbbells and making a big chest is not a skill, right? It's perseverance and dedication. It's not like
Yeah,
weightlifting.
it's an art, bro. It's not a skill, it's an art.
It's an art. It's an art, definitely.
Crafting a good physique is an art, bro.
Is
Definitely.
an art. It's not like weightlifting जहाँ पे भाई clean and jerk है. You are working on your skill 24/7 and then you're competing against the best of the best, right?
Absolutely,
So
that
that
is.
happens. So you switched from bodybuilding. You almost went into bodybuilding, right? You wanted to
Yeah.
make a career out of it.
I did. Initially, I did. I mean, I was mad about it, bro. I was working out 2 times a day. And for a whole year, when I was doing these two competitions, I'm very
Right.
strict with my diet right now also.
Right.
But that time, now, I'm at a point in my life where I can't eat boiled eggs because I was having 20 boiled eggs a day for a year straight. There was a time when I was so irritated of eating boiled chicken, bro. I once made a broth out of it and just drank that.
मैंने भी किया
So
ये.
exactly. So you know it, man. It's yeah.
So Mr. Olympia gets paid. Chris Bumstead only gets paid $50,000, right?
Exactly, bro. That's what I
Or
thought.
Mr. Olympia 23, Derek Lunsford, got paid $400,000. $400,000. There's a difference of $350,000 in both the categories. When in fact, Sebum is more popular on social media. His physique
Any
is
day.
more popular.
Bro, his
Any day.
physique is like something people
Admire,
aspire
look
to,
at.
make.
Right.
Yeah. Like if you want to build a, it's very
Yeah.
like the mass monsters, the open category.
Right.
I think it's
Yeah.
gone out of hand, bro.
It's gone out of hand, definitely.
Yeah.
So, you switched your career from this. Then, how did you land up into acting? Did you do casting before? Were you an AD?
Bro, बड़ी coincidental story है. मेरा एक दोस्त है मोहित करके. मेरे स्कूल से ही है, मेरा सीनियर था, और वो बचपन से he's been an artist. He's been into dancing, he's been into acting. He was in junior NSD and everything, and phenomenal guy, right? वो जब भी दिल्ली आता था ना, he used to stay in Bombay. वो जब भी दिल्ली आता था, वो मुझे बोलता था कि भाई तू ना बॉम्बे आ जा, तू अच्छा दिखता है, तेरा टीवी में तो आराम से हो जाएगा. I was like, हाँ ठीक है, जो भी है. I was working there in Delhi. मैंने कभी I never gave a thought to this. But then in 2000 and ये around 16, 17, I had a personal issue. मतलब I like had a huge breakup. Long relationship breakup tha, and I was in that mind frame. I don't want to stay in Delhi. And tabhi I was working in construction. I didn't like working in construction. After 2 years, I decided I'll try to pursue MBA. So I took up a job in Amex. I was working with Amex Tech, and करते करते after a year I was like मेरे को ये भी नहीं करना है यार, MBA करके फालतू में पैसा वेस्ट होएगा, आज तक पढ़ाई में कुछ सीखा तो है नहीं. तो I told my parents कि यार he's saying कुछ है वहां पे हो जाएगा टीवी वगैरह में, मॉडलिंग वगैरह में, तो मैं जा रहा हूँ, 1 साल के लिए तो जा रहा हूँ. मेरे घर वाले कह रहे ठीक है चले जा, अभी क्या बोले, ट्राई कर, क्या 1 साल क्या होता है. अब प्रो मैं वहां से बॉम्बे आया. मैंने कभी मॉडलिंग के लिए नहीं सोचा था कि मैं मॉडलिंग करने आ रहा हूँ. मेरे को था, उसने बस वही बोला था एक्टिंग का, तो मेरे को था एक्टिंग ही करते हैं, क्योंकि मेरी हाइट 5'10", 10.5 ऐसे है, तो मेरे को था मॉडलिंग में लंबे लोग चलते हैं. मैं बीफी था यार, मैं उस टाइम पे कम्पीट कर रहा था, तो मैं लीन भी नहीं था. तो मैं आया यहाँ पे, उसके घर पे ही रुका स्टार्टिंग में, एंड ही इंट्रोड्यूस मी टू थिएटर. मैंने उसने थिएटर से इंट्रोड्यूस कराया. उसने मेरे को एरियाज दिखाए जहाँ जहाँ ऑडिशन होते हैं. अभी मैं, एक जगह है बॉम्बे में, आराम नगर, ये अंधेरी वर्सोवा में, एंड दिस इज लाइक अ हब. यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम कास्ट डायरेक्टर्स के ऑफिसेज है. एंड बैक इन 2018 यहाँ पे मतलब मोस्ट ऑफ द कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स, चाहे एड के कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स हो, चाहे फिल्म्स के हो, चाहे वेब के हो, चाहे टीवी के हो, यहाँ पे इनके ऑफिसेज होते थे. एंड एक सिस्टम होता था कि आप, क्योंकि 2018 प्री कोविड था, तो आप जाओ, यू नॉक ऑन द डोर एंड यू आस्क देम इफ देयर समथिंग गोइंग ऑन, या फिर कोई ऑडिशन चल रहा है किसी ऐड का, तो आप सीधा पूछ सकते थे कि आपका लुक फिट हो रहा है कि नहीं. अब वो ये करते करते पूरा पहला साल मेरा यही करते करते निकल गया. समझ ही नहीं आ रहा कि और काम कहाँ पे होएगा. 6-7 महीने तो मैं सिर्फ एड के ही ऑडिशंस देख पाया. मेरे को समझ ही नहीं आई कि एक्टिंग के ऑडिशंस होते क्या है. फिर उस टाइम पे आई मेट पीपल कि जो अभी फायदा उठाने के लिए, पागल बनाने के लिए चल रहे हैं, people are trying to
हाँ,
get money out of you, or something
right,
else.
right.
I met a lot of these people. I had a lot of narrow escapes from like scary places. Because
अच्छा.
I was new, bro. I was from
Hmm.
like I came from Delhi. I had a friend circle there. It was a protected area. बॉम्बे में
Right.
आज तक आया ही नहीं था, मुझे पता ही नहीं था हिसाब क्या, और इंडस्ट्री का तो
Hmm.
जीरो आइडिया था.
Hmm. Hmm.
तो काफी जगह से ऐसे बच बच के मैं निकला हूँ, भागा हूँ इधर उधर.
Hmm.
एंड करते कराते पहला साल के 6-8 महीने हो गए, मैंने घर पे कॉल करके बोला यार अभी तक तो एक ऑडिशन नहीं दिया मैंने, अभी एक साल में तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला, रुक जाओ. पर उस टाइम पे मैंने ये भी
नौकरी
इसी.
वोकरी छोड़ आया हूँ मैं. हाँ.
हाँ ब्रो, नौकरी वगैरह के लिए मतलब आई मेड लाइक सम इन्वेस्टमेंट्स इधर उधर. आई प्लेड पोकर ऑनलाइन एट दैट टाइम, तो
अच्छा.
दैट वाज अ लिटिल चिल.
So you had a safety net.
वो
You were
तीन
pretty
साल
good.
आई वाज वर्किंग, आई मेड अ लिटिल बिट
Right.
मनी उस टाइम पे
Hmm.
before I started acting. So I had
Right.
money for a year, and that's what उस time पे online poker was also starting in India, so not a lot of
Hmm.
players that were playing were good. So it was easy
Hmm.
to win a lot of money in poker at that time.
अच्छा.
थोड़ा बहुत इधर
हाँ.
थोड़ा बहुत उधर चलते रहता था
हाँ.
कुछ ना कुछ.
Right.
And after that call, my parents are like, okay. And I also made that call, bhai, because in these 6-7 months, I was continuously doing theater. I was doing backstage. I was looking at other actors perform. मैं भी
Hmm.
workshops कर रहा था, theater workshops. मैं भी perform कर रहा था छोटा छोटा. But मेरे को मजा बहुत आ रहा था.
Hmm.
And the real thing that made me realize कि this is something I want to do was कि मैं पहली बारी स्कूल हो गया, कॉलेज हो गया, सब हो गया, आज तक मैंने अपने आप से इनिशिएटिव नहीं लिया कि किताब उठा उठा के इस सब्जेक्ट के बारे में पढ़ता हूँ. इसके
Hmm.
बारे में मैं किताबें भी पढ़ रहा था, इसके बारे में मैं अपने आप ऑनलाइन सर्च कर रहा था, अलग अलग लोगों से मिलके सीख रहा था. एंड आई वाज मेकिंग एफर्ट्स ऑन माय ओन. तब
Hmm.
मुझे लगा कि ठीक है, दिस इज समथिंग आई एम एक्चुअली नेचुरली इंक्लाइंड टू डू. सो
Hmm.
व्हाई नॉट गिव इट अ शॉट. तो मैं फिर वहां से बॉम्बे की जर्नी शुरू हुई. यहाँ आया मैं स्टार्टिंग में तो ऑडिशन ऑडिशन आई गिवन मोर देन 400 ऑडिशंस, 300
Yeah.
400 ऑडिशंस 6 साल में.
Hmm.
एंड स्टार्टिंग में तो ब्रो इट वाज बैड. मतलब
Yeah.
स्टार्टिंग में
True.
जब मैं ऑडिशन देता था, मतलब मैं कैमरा के आगे आया और मेरे को फर्स्ट टाइम ऐसा लगा कि मैं भूल गया हूँ बात करना, कि क्या हो
And
गया
you had
एकदम
no
से ब्रो.
theater background. That is where
सॉरी.
you have no theater. That is because you had no theater background,
No
right?
theater, no
Nothing.
camera, no entertainment, any
Nothing.
sort of background, nothing bro. I came,
No.
I was
Right.
working engineering background, job कर रहे थे,
Ah.
वहां से
Right.
आए. तो हाँ, तो फिर उसके बाद मैंने कहा कि यार नहीं, सीखनी पड़ेगी एक्टिंग, ऐसे तो नहीं होएगा. एंड तब
Hmm.
तक अभी तब तक मॉडलिंग वगैरह भी कुछ शुरू नहीं हुई थी.
Hmm.
बट अगेन थोड़ा लक ने साथ दिया, बोलते ना बॉम्बे आओ, और बॉम्बे अगर पसंद कर लेता है तो कुछ ना कुछ हो ही जाता है. सो देन
Hmm.
सम गुड पीपल दे टोल्ड मी कि भाई यू कैन डू मॉडलिंग ऑल्सो, यू हैव अ
Hmm.
फेस फॉर मॉडलिंग, व्हाई डोंट यू गो फॉर दिस कास्टिंग.
Hmm.
तो मैं एक
Hmm.
ऐड की, उसके लिए गया ऑडिशन के लिए. जब किसी ने भेजा तो मेरे को नहीं पूछना पड़ा भाई लुक फिट हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा. तो
Hmm.
लाइक हाँ भेजा है, तो आई गेव द ऑडिशन, आई गॉट माई एड.
Hmm.
वो ऐड किया. मेरे को पता नहीं, वो ऐड में बोला था कि सामने होने वाले हैं, बट वहां जब पहुंचे तो बहुत सारे लोग थे, हम पीछे ही खड़े हुए थे. तो बट ठीक है, जो भी था उस एड का जो मेरे को पेमेंट मिला था, दैट वाज वन थर्ड क्या, मोर देन हाफ ऑफ माय सैलरी एट एमएक्स.
हाँ.
लाइक ये तो बढ़िया है ब्रो, महीने के 2-3 ऐड हो गए तो पैसे का तो
हाँ, हो
मामला एकदम
जाएगा.
सॉर्ट ना.
हाँ.
फिर वहां से मॉडलिंग की वो शुरू हुई.
हाँ.
अब मॉडलिंग करते करते धीरे धीरे मैंने भी रियलाइज किया कि और ग्रूम होते गया कि मीटिंग. आई
हम्म.
वन थिंग इज देयर ब्रो, आई हैव मेट वेरी नाइस पीपल इन बॉम्बे. Like this
अच्छा.
friend of mine, Imran, he's also from Delhi. He has been a top model for a long time. He
हम्म.
literally guided me कि कैसे क्या करना है. You should join agencies, इससे मिल उससे मिल, ऐसे बात कर, ये बाल रख, everything. So वो बहुत हेल्प थी. एंड फनी बात ये ब्रो, मैंने जो पहला बड़ा कैंपेन शूट किया था, दैट वाज फॉर अमेरिकन एक्सप्रेस.
You used to work there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
life comes
That
a
was
full
my
circle, no?
first
It's
big
weird.
campaign for which I'd
Hmm.
gone abroad to shoot. So
Right.
that was like a full circle at that point.
हाँ.
And करते करते मॉडलिंग, I've been modeling for the last मतलब 18 19 से लगा लो. I started modeling 19 से 23 तक I've
Oh,
been modeling.
right.
And been I've worked really hard on myself, and luck has also
Hmm.
pushed a little for
Hmm.
me. So
Hmm.
I've
Hmm.
worked with like you name the designers, you name the brands, I've worked with all of
You
them.
worked with everybody.
Plus, one
Right.
thing that used to work in my favor was that I used to get to audition with Indian models as well as foreign models because
Right.
of the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
look.
Because you
So,
because the way you look, right?
yeah, bro. So that really worked well for me, bro. उसकी
You
वजह
can
से I
easily
had
pass
more
off.
option.
You can easily pass off as a model from the Gulf, right? थोड़ी सी उर्दू बोलनी सीख लो, किसी को आगे बोलोगे ना, हाँ हाँ भाई ऐसे ऐसे है.
तकल्लुफ
दिल्ली से हूँ भाई मैं
तकल्लुफ ना कीजिए.
While literally you can pass off in a comedy film, you can actually pass off as a lot of characters, right?
हाँ
You can
bro.
pass off as German man. अगर मैं clean shave कर दूँ आपको, you can pass off as a German. That's the
Bro,
funniest thing.
वही
But
है
it works in
bro.
your favor. No, that's the thing. So what about female attention? You had a massive breakup, and now the film has come out. Was there a moment कि now look at me now कि no? It was a mutual thing.
Sort of, bro, but sort of mutual, but nonetheless, it was sad that it did end at that time.
Yeah,
But
right.
then, in life, I've learned whatever happens, happens for the best. So it's good, bro. If, I came to Bombay, everything happened.
Right.
Wouldn't have happened if I would still be staying in Delhi.
So fighter तक आते आते you had given how many auditions? If you
Yeah,
have any count.
I've given more than 300, 400 auditions, bro. I have a bag filled with scripts. Like,
Right.
इतना मोटा हो गया उसका वो pocket. It has only audition scripts and scene works that I, have auditioned with and like audition for and stuff.
So how did this happen? How did fighter come into play? Because जब आपको ये role offer हुआ होगा, you would have thought that why only me, right? There are people who are known, and going against Hritik was the thing, right? And you were like coming out of modeling, right? You did not have such a big villain-like arch to yourself already on the screen. तो कैसे लगा आपको कि why me? Were you shocked? What was the feeling when you actually got selected for the role?
Bro, जब तक मैं सिद्धार्थ सर से मिला नहीं था मुझे पता भी नहीं था मैं फाइटर के लिए ऑडिशन कर रहा हूँ.
अच्छा.
मेरे को फर्स्ट कॉल आया था यहाँ इंडस्ट्री में वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स इज मुकेश छाबड़ा.
मुकेश जी, हाँ.
हाँ, मुकेश सर के कंपनी से मुझे कॉल आया था दैट एक फिल्म का ऑडिशन है उसमें नेगेटिव लीड के लिए है. वुड यू वांट टू ऑडिशन? आई वाज लाइक या ऑफ कोर्स व्हाई नॉट. सो मैंने ऑडिशन किया एंड दिस वाज इन अप्रैल 2022.
Right.
Then I got a call back in June 2022 towards the end. And they were like, they liked your first audition. And this audition I had sent from my home. Like COVID के बाद से self test का scene हो गया, घर से बना के भेज दो. तो ये मैंने भेजा था. And then they asked me to come to the office and we had to do some 6-7 variations. उसी same scene का.
Right.
So then I did those and then like I think a week later I got a call that Siddharth sir wants to meet you. He has liked all the auditions. And then they told me that it's for fighter. And then I was like, oh, yeah, very nice.
Then you were like, yeah, अब मिल
Very
गया
nice.
ब्रेक मिल गया. 300 auditions के बाद now I'm here at a point where it's
यार
my
नहीं,
time now.
not really. I wasn't still that happy or sure कि मुझे मिल गई है film. I've cracked, like, what happens is once you do an audition and they like you, before anything there's a director's call. I have had conversations with, I've had these calls, similar calls 7-8 times before. So मैं अभी वैसा हो गया हूँ ब्रो कि जब तक मैं सेट पे नहीं पहुंचूंगा ना तब तक मैं खुशी मनाऊंगा नहीं, मैं बोलूंगा नहीं किसी को. Once I know कि हाँ ये हो गया है, then only I like to speak about it also. तो मैं काम था ब्रो. मैं काम रहने की कोशिश कर रहा था. मुझे पता है I'm going to meet Siddharth Anand sir the next day. And I have like loved his filmography over the years. चाहे आप उनकी love stories बोल लो, rom-coms से लेके action, everything has been phenomenal. And working with him, I realized why it is phenomenal because he's a maestro, bro. He knows what he wants
True.
and he knows how to get it also. So
And the film came out amazing as well, no? The film came out
yeah,
amazing.
bro. When I saw
Fantastic
the
film. I've watched it
when I
twice.
saw bro. When I saw the film the first time, I was seeing it at the first time at the premiere only. I literally had goosebumps.
Right.
Like, not on my scenes only. My scenes though, no, but other scenes, I was like, when that scene comes, when Akshay Oberoy's character says that, शेर हीरे से लिपट कर सोने से सिमट कर मरते हैं कई तिरंगे से
हाँ, जब
बेहतर
captive होता है
कफन
वो.
नहीं होता. Bro, those words, I mean, I am in love with that share, bro. It is so good. That gives you goosebumps all the time. Plus, the BGM is so good. The songs are so good. The VFX, everything about the film was brilliant. Like, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
पता है
I was
भाई,
like,
one
I'm
of the
part of such a
best
crazy
things
film.
about the film was वो फिल्म ना चीख चीख के पेट्रियोटिज्म को नहीं जताती. The thing is, you see the action sequences, you see the intensity in everybody, every character's intensity in their dialogue delivery, everything. it makes you feel proud. It makes you feel proud कि अगर aerial combat पे इंडिया में ये वाली फिल्म बनी है, then it would be like it's a one time thing. It's mounted on a 300 crore budget, right? And they have done justice to the budget, right? I would not like
Definitely.
to like name call the thing in the films in the past year जिनके 500 600 700 करोड़ रुपए के बजट थे and they fell face flat, right? they ऐसा होता है ना कि पैसा है आपके पास लेकिन फिर भी कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, right? यहाँ पे पैसा है and they've invested it in the right things. That's what I've always said about the film.
Yeah, bro. I mean, if you're making, I mean, whatever budget you're making a film at, if you know what you want, I'm pretty sure you can get it. And with Siddharth sir, it was like he was so sure about the film that was going to be made. It was such a good experience working with him, bro.
Right.
Like-
What about the you were carrying that size when you met him, or did he ask you to be
Oh,
like get into
yes, there's a very good question, bro. There's a little story to this also. So when I met him on the 7th, right?
right?
He told me, okay, everything looks nice. We had a whole conversation about what he asked me about me. I asked about the film and everything. And he told me that, okay, I'm traveling for the next 10 to 15 days and let's just meet once again when I come back. But just increase your size a bit till then. Let's see how much you get till then. Bro, 10, 12, 15 दिन में I gained like 5 kgs, 6 kgs.
Damn.
But I was off carbs, bro. It was just about eating carbs at that time.
I just water weight भी
Carbs
gain
खाए,
कर
I was at 69 kgs. When I met him, I was at 74, 75 kgs.
yeah, easy.
And he was like, good, yeah, this is damn nice. That's when he decided, ki, okay, let's go ahead. And we started workshops in August.
Right. So how long were the workshops? And with the workshops, you were consistently putting on maintaining that physique, right? All throughout
Oh,
this.
yes, bro. That was I was increasing, like, I had to be ready. My shoot was going to start in February. So I had like August, September, October, November, December, Jan, 6 months of prep.
Yeah.
So that was good enough time to gain like 10
It is
kgs
good.
around se. And the prep was also nice, bro. The workshops were damn nice. I got the scenes, I read the script, I had my interpretation. Sir told me what he is looking for. And then I got an acting coach on board, Rachit Singh. He's an amazing acting coach, by he designed such a crazy program for me to follow during this.
Right.
But we started this coaching. He told me that you do your thing right now. We'll start this around when we are like 4 months away from shoot. So first 2 months I was doing stuff on my own and I was just working on the physique, doing my scenes, working on my voice because the voice also needed to be heavy. And so what he did was, bro, he designed a program for me where for the last 3 months of before my shoot, I was only watching documentaries that were about terrorists, terrorism, human genocide, whatever wars are going on in Palestine, Gaza, and all these places. I was only watching that stuff. And there were, different, like for 4 5 days at a stretch, he told me not to speak to anyone. No words should have come out of my mouth.
Damn.
And we did this 3 4 times. 15 20 days in like 3 months, I was shut. No words were coming out of my mouth. And every night, I had to write down whatever thoughts were going on in my mind. So after doing this for a month and a half, I realized my thoughts have become so violent, so aggressive. I was, and he told me, bro, you just don't think too much. Don't watch any film and try to copy anyone's character from before. And just trust this process. You will see what happens. Bro, मैं सच में देख रहा था. My thoughts were becoming violent. I was feeling aggressive on the inside. I was so at, people. Because of what was happening, it's so wrong and so unfair, what is happening around the world. And that filled me with hate and, rage. So that was where I felt, okay, this process is working because Azhar is out and out hate, bro. He's out and out rage. There is no love for anyone. He's not in love with Pakistan because he's a mercenary. Pakistan has hired him. Like the army in the film has hired him to come and, create havoc. So there was no love for anyone. And I thought, okay, this is very interesting. Automatically thought is changing, because I used to read about actors trying to get into the character by doing activities. I used to watch interviews and I was doing it. And this was the first time I was getting into like the skin, the mindset, the whole body, physicality, everything of that character.
Right.
So bada maza aa raha tha, bro. It was something new that I got to experience.
Yeah, and the rage and the intensity was seen in your face, right? I had a word with a lot of my friends and they were like कि यार expressions और होने चाहिए थे. मैंने कहा यार वो बंदा rage और intensity से इतना ज़्यादा भरा हुआ है and his mind is 24/7 scheming, right? वो scheming कर रहा है, वो सोच रहा है कहाँ पे बम फोड़ना है, मैंने किसको मारना है, कैसे मारना है, एयरफोर्स के अगेंस्ट जाना है. What do you expect him to do? Like a traditional villain की वो चीखता रहा है, हाँ 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 मैं आ गया, सब लूंगा, सभी
वो था ही नहीं ना
ऐसे stuff like that.
ब्रो. आप एक चीज आपने भी रियलाइज की होगी, जो ज्यादा पावरफुल लोग होते हैं ना, हु आर एक्चुअली
Speak less.
पावरफुल, they speak very less.
Very,
They do
very
very
less.
little
Right.
because they know when
Right.
they will do, सामने वाला कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा. That
कुछ
was
नहीं
the
कर
whole
पाएगा.
essence. Other persona was bigger than the country's army, bro. He was
Right.
one person
Right.
trying to take on the Indian Air Force. His persona was
Right.
bigger than the Pakistani army in the film.
True.
He
True.
was taking everyone's case left, right, center.
Hmm.
So that was a call that, the rage
Hmm.
and the anger should reflect in the eyes.
It did. 100%
Exactly.
it did. Right.
Why?
Right. And how did that eye thing come about, right? We can go into the prosthetics, but what was the idea? What is like, was it like on the spot or was it written before only for your
No,
character?
no, I think that was Siddharth's idea from before. He had
Acha.
thought about it from before. So we got a huge ass lens. It was a lens as big as the
Hmm.
eye,
Right.
and that is how it was read.
Hmm. So towards the end, how many shots did you shoot with Rithik? Were
How
there a
many
lot of
shots? I
shots
mean,
that
I
you guys
shot for around 15, 17 days with Hritik.
with Rithik? And how was it
Yeah,
like when you
amazing,
looked at
bro.
Rithik? Like,
Arey,
we
bro.
grew up watching him on the screen, right?
Yeah, when he entered, I was like awestruck. Matlab, I've
Right,
always seen exactly like we've always seen him on screen.
right.
And when I looked at that man, I was like, yeah, wow, this is
Hmm.
so aspirational. He's still
Hmm.
looking so phenomenal, like
So phenomenal.
incredible. His aura is so good. When he walks
Right.
in, you know that, Hrithik Roshan is coming on set.
Ha,
Not like
ha.
people are running or anything, but just
Hmm.
how he walks, is
Hmm.
yeah, whatever I say about him, it's less, man. Like,
It's less, right?
also because he was very good with me on shoot. He gave me
Hmm.
my space. So one thing I was a little nervous that I don't
मैं
want to
बोलने ही
punch
वाला
him
था.
by
Hmm.
mistake, or hit him by
हाँ.
mistake.
Right.
And so I think he sensed that nervousness when we were shooting initially, and he
Right.
told me, कि,
Right.
"Dekh, you don't have to be nervous. You
Hmm.
you know, your job is to punch me, and my
Hmm.
job is to not get punched.
Right.
So I will do it. You just be
Do your
careful
thing.
and go for your stuff. Go for
Hmm.
whatever you want to go for."
Hmm.
And that made it very comfortable. Yeah,
Right.
he would speak normally, like nicely with me, and we were even joking about stuff on set. So it was
Hmm.
nice. And after the release, also he only had praises for me, and
Right.
he really met my parents very respectfully, like spoke to them very
Nice.
nicely. What a
Nice.
humble, genuine guy.
Right? The
बहुत
source of
बढ़िया.
inspiration, right? Your stars have aligned so well. All your hard work has come to a fruition point, right? कि you have given your due. You जैसे आपने बताया कि you were reading a lot about hate and rage and you were keeping yourself shut, right? All of that really, really paid off in the film, right? And how was it जब आप वहां बैठे थिएटर में and you saw yourself on the screen, like I'm in one of the biggest films of this year. How was
Yeah,
the feeling then? How was the feeling then? नहीं वो दिल्ली का
bro.
लौंडा तो कहीं ना कहीं है ना अंदर अभी भी राइट कि मैं देख तेरा भाई पहुंच गया हाउ
यार
वाज द फीलिंग
मतलब वो फीलिंग मैं नहीं डिस्क्राइब कर सकता यार. इट्स
हाँ
वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डिस्क्राइब दैट कि मतलब आई वाज सो फिल्ड. मैं भरा हुआ था ब्रो. मतलब आई वाज लाइक
हाँ
शिट. कहाँ सोच के आए थे कि एक साल ट्राई करेंगे और एक्चुअली ब्रो वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट फिल्म ऑफ द ईयर में आई एम द विलन. इट
राइट
वाज
राइट
यार क्योंकि ना कहीं when you are in Bombay अभी with web series and all, and the fact that it's so difficult to get films, I I,
एग्जैक्टली
I was there कि यार अभी कुछ भी मिलेगा यार. अभी मतलब फिल्म
हाँ
मिलना तो मुश्किल है, बट
हाँ
वेब में इतना अच्छा कंटेंट बन रहा है. आई वाज समवेयर कि यार लेट्स लुक फॉर वेब. बट मन में एक था कि यार अगर फर्स्ट प्रोजेक्ट, वन बिग प्रोजेक्ट दैट
फिल्म
आई डू, इफ दैट्स अ
राइट
फिल्म, that'd
राइट
be fabulous. And
हाँ
in fact, when I was auditioning in 2022, tak, when I was continuously auditioning for a lot of stuff, तो I was getting shortlisted, directors call हो रहे हैं, but कहीं ना कहीं जाके बात कट रही है, right? और ये काफी बार हो गया था. तो एक ना I had this intuition in me he something is coming, something great, something good, something big is definitely coming my way.
Right, right.
And it did, bro. Touch wood. That
It did.
intuition, that
It did.
hunch of mine was right.
Hmm.
पर बहुत अच्छा
And
लगा
there's
था
no
यार.
looking back now. It's no looking back now.
No,
From
only
here
looking
on,
forward,
right?
bro. Only
Right.
looking
Up
forward.
until this point, there must be a lot of instances जहाँ पे आपने सोचा होगा यार let's pack our bags, let's go back. कई बार ऐसा हुआ? और you were determined कि बहन जो
This
कुछ हो,
is
I have to go.
this was my only plan. मतलब so I think yeah, Matthew McConaughey has said this, and
Hmm.
he's one of my biggest, like I'm a fanboy for that guy for life.
Hmm.
That the it's good to have a plan B, but the problem with having a plan B is you always know that you have a plan B.
Right, right.
And I was ever since I realized that okay, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. I was
Hmm.
like नहीं भाई कोई plan B है ही नहीं. जो
Hmm.
करेंगे यही करेंगे. जब मैं इंजीनियरिंग करने
Hmm.
भी जा रहा था तो लाइक द काइंड ऑफ किड आई वाज, मैं
Hmm.
वेल्लोर गया था पढ़ने दिल्ली से, एंड
Right,
पूरा
हाँ, you told
तमिलनाडु
me.
में इट्स अ विलेज. उस टाइम पे तो 15-16 घंटे बिजली भी नहीं होती थी वहां पे. ऐसा
अच्छा.
हाल था. तो कैफे
हाँ.
कॉफी डे एक ही नॉन चेन थी वहां पे उस टाइम पे. डोमिनोज मैकडॉनल्ड्स कुछ
अच्छा.
नहीं था, ठीक है. तो
Right, right.
जब वहां जा रहे थे तो मेरे बड़े रिलेटिव्स और इधर उधर के, कि मजाक में ही, नेवर
Hmm.
डिस्करेजिंग बट मजाक में ही,
Hmm.
कि
Hmm.
जैसा मैं हूँ, जैसा मैं था, मेरी बहन थी उस टाइम पे, कि तू तो छोड़ के आ जाएगा, तू नहीं टिकने वाला वहां पे, तू जल्दी वापस आ जाएगा. और
Hmm.
तब से मेरा ये हो गया था कि यार जो भी मैं करूंगा ना, और अगर मैं अपने दिल से कर रहा हूँ, तो फिर तो जय है दुनिया की, मैं करके ही आऊंगा चाहे कुछ भी होए.
Hmm.
और करेंगे तो
Hmm.
अच्छे से ही करेंगे और बड़ा करेंगे. तो
Right.
इंजीनियरिंग भी जब मैं कर रहा था, आई गॉट क्रेजी मार्क्स फॉर समवन हु इज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन इंजीनियरिंग, एंड मैं
Right.
पढ़ता भी 2 दिन पहले ही शुरू करता था एग्जाम के.
अच्छा.
और
Also
यहाँ
you
पे
were
भी
like that. You were like that कि हाँ पढ़ के निकाल लूंगा जैसा भी होगा.
निकाल दूंगा, कर
Right.
दूंगा. मेरे को
Hmm.
आज इस एक्टिंग आने से पहले मेरी लाइफ में था ठीक है कर देंगे, कुछ भी करके कर
Hmm.
देंगे. एक्टिंग जब आई मेरी
Hmm.
लाइफ में, आई वाज लाइक नहीं, इसको तो अच्छे से ही करेंगे ब्रो.
Hmm. Hmm.
मैंने बहुत एक्टिंग वर्कशॉप्स की. मैं कास्टिंग में असिस्ट कर रहा था 2.5 साल तक. आई थिंक
अच्छा.
कविश सिन्हा करके कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर हैं,
Hmm.
इज ऑल्सो माय मेंटोर आल्सो.
Right.
बिकॉज उन्होंने मेरे पे बहुत फेथ दिखाया है, एंड ही यूज्ड टू टीच
Hmm.
मी सो मच. ही ओनली टोल्ड मी कि सो
Hmm.
बिफोर दिस आई डिड अ वेब सीरीज व्हिच वाज ऑन
Hmm.
हॉटस्टार. इट्स कॉल्ड द एम्पायर, जिसकी
Hmm.
कास्टिंग कविश सर ने की थी.
Right.
एंड आफ्टर आई गॉट सिलेक्टेड देयर वाज टाइम टिल द शूट वाज अबाउट टू स्टार्ट. तो
Hmm.
उन्होंने मेरे को तब बोला था कि यार देख, इफ यू हैव टाइम ना, जस्ट कम टू द ऑफिस एंड स्टार्ट गिविंग क्यूज टू अदर एक्टर्स जो अदर प्रोजेक्ट्स
Hmm.
के ऑडिशंस कर रहे हैं. सो उससे क्या
Hmm.
होएगा, तेरी एक्टिंग बेटर होएगी, तो थोड़ा फ्लो में आ जाएगा. आई
Right.
स्टार्टेड डूइंग दैट. आई गॉट लकी अगेन. वो शो 1-1.5-2 महीना पुश हो गया.
Hmm.
सितंबर में शुरू होना था 21 में वो, और 20 में वो, 19 में सॉरी, सितंबर
Hmm.
19 में शुरू होना था, वो दिसंबर 19 तक चले गया. फिर दोबारा पुश होके मार्च 20 तक चले गया. मार्च 2022
Right.
में तो सब पूरी दुनिया
Hmm.
इधर उधर चली गई थी. कोविड स्टार्ट हो गया
Hmm.
था. तो
Right. Right.
मैंने वो जॉब छोड़ी ही नहीं उस टाइम पे. मैं
Hmm.
मैंने सर से पूछा था, सर मैं मॉडलिंग कर सकता हूँ साइड पे, क्योंकि रहेगा
Right.
काम है मेरा. तो उन्होंने मेरे को बोला तू कर, बस जब भी
Hmm.
मॉडलिंग के शूट पे भी टाइम मिलेगा, जस्ट काम
Hmm.
ढंग से करेगा तो मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. एंड
Hmm.
टचवुड यार, मैं, मेरा डिसिप्लिन है, मैं जो मतलब बॉडी बिल्डिंग की वजह से ही आया है जो आया है, बट
Exactly. I was coming to that
मेरा
point. हाँ, I
मेरा
was coming to
डिसिप्लिन
that
है ब्रो.
point कि ये जो
मैंने
dedication है, ये never give up attitude, it actually comes from any kind of sport. If you play any kind of sport with all your diligence, आप जिंदगी में कहीं पे भी आप हार मानने का बात ही नहीं करोगे. You would be like
नहीं
कि यार
करोगे
अब तो करना ही है. And in fact,
डेफिनेटली.
bodybuilding यार, bodybuilding, you are going without water, you're going without food,
ब्रो
right?
ऐसा स्पोर्ट है, आप 3 दिन अगर ना करो ना, बॉडी खराब होनी शुरू हो जाती है.
Exactly, exactly.
मैंने
ऐसा लगता
चार
है.
साल
हाँ.
मैंने 4 साल पहले आई क्विट अल्कोहल कंप्लीटली. आई
हम्म.
स्टॉप्ड ड्रिंकिंग एट ऑल, बिकॉज
अच्छा.
इट वाज द वन थिंग दैट यूज्ड टू मेस अप माय बॉडी द मोस्ट.
हम्म.
एक दिन दारू पी, हफ्ते भर की गई, हफ्ते भर की
अरे
मेहनत
यार
बर्बाद. यू
रिकवरी नहीं
गो
हो
बैक अ
पाती एंड
वीक.
प्लस यू आर इन योर 30s नो यू आर 31
या
32
आई एम
राइट
31.
अब तो भाई इस उम्र में आई एम 32 सो
ब्रो
मतलब ही नहीं बनता
30 के बाद बॉडी स्टार्ट्स लूजिंग मसल मास.
अ लॉट
And if you don't start working out till this age, or if you haven't, or if you don't from now also, it's gonna get very difficult later on in life.
एग्जैक्टली आई मीन यू लुक अराउंड एंड आपको अपने फ्रेंड सर्कल में भी जो लोग एंटरटेनमेंट में नहीं है रेगुलर लाइव्स में है 30 साल के 32 साल के लौंडे लगते हैं 40 प्लस दैट हैज
Definitely,
इट
bro.
हैज कम डाउन टू दैट राइट
Bro, biggest example is Hritik Roshan, यार.
ओह माय गॉड ब्रो लिटरली उनका एक शर्टलेस सीन है पूरी पूरी फिल्म के अंदर द थिंग इज दैट you really end up admiring actors and people who have been in the industry for over 25, 30 years, and they do not only get for a film, they keep their lifestyle like that, right? Salman bhai was an
Definitely.
OG, right? Then Hrithik Roshan, एक पल का जीना वाला गाना आज भी देख लो वो you can still see his abs and deltoids, right? You can still see कि भाई physique है.
Bro, when that film came out, तहलका मच गया था भाई इंडिया में.
तहलका मच गया था यार, right?
हाँ,
You,
I still remember, like, I was like, what is this?
ऐसी बॉडी कैसे बनाए, right?
Bro,
You
वो
remember
क्योंकि
that?
फर्स्ट टाइम ऐसे देख रहे थे कि that is like an
हाँ,
international level physique.
right.
That was brilliant.
You remember जब सलमान खान की वो आया था ओ जाने जाना वाला गाना.
वो आज
यार
तक
सलमान
चलता है
भाई
bro.
ब्रो भाई वो गाना आज तक चलता है. एंड इफ यू लुक एट नाउ दैट वी बोथ नो अबाउट बॉडी बिल्डिंग, वी बोथ नो अबाउट मेंटेनिंग अ फिजिक एंड लुकिंग लाइक दैट. 22 years back that film came out, right? एंड उस गाने में कंडीशन है भाई की, ही इज नॉट एब्सोल्युटली श्रेडेड बट ही इज कैरिंग डिसेंट साइज उस टाइम के हिसाब से, राइट?
Bro, fantastic physique थी यार उस टाइम के हिसाब से.
Fantastic, right? It was not that cut. It was not that, and he has never been that cut. He has
नहीं,
always been on the bulkier side. He always carried that mass somewhere between 16 to 18% body fat. Washboard
always
abs
bro.
दिख रहे हैं.
Bro, I've heard stories about his workouts. They are still so insane.
बताओ, बताओ story
मतलब
बताओ.
if he's doing a body part, he'll do straight up 100 reps. One
तेरी.
exercise. मतलब hardcore, bro.
हाँ, old
It's
school,
not
completely
like
old school.
it's not completely old school, bro. Not like
Hmm.
light weights or anything, but like good decent amount of weight, he'll carry it.
Right. राइट. एंड ही हैज बीन एट इट, राइट? अब वो कभी, अच्छा, आई हैव ऑलवेज वांटेड टू सी सलमान खान की कोई ट्रेनिंग की मोन्टाज निकले, जैसे ऋतिक
Hmm.
रोशन डिड इट फॉर लाइक अराउंड 2 years बैक. ही डिड इट, नो, कि
When he
बॉडी ऐसे
was
बनती है,
getting
किसी
in
को
shape
बताना
for
मत.
war, I think.
राइट,
Correct.
राइट. When he was getting in shape, and he has consistently stayed in shape, right? He has never fallen out of that. Like काबिल में तो उनको करना था ना, he's an actor, he's not a bodybuilder,
Correct.
right? So
Correct.
but he bounced back into decent shape, जिसके लिए मेरे को नहीं लगता फाइटर के लिए प्रिपेयर करने में उन्हें लगा होगा more than 2 months, 60, 65, 80 days maximum
I have
to
no
get back,
idea, bro, कितना टाइम लगा होगा, but I'm
right?
sure ज्यादा नहीं लगा होगा.
ज्यादा नहीं लगा होगा. it's
नहीं,
it's
I'm
not
sure.
that hard, right? So how was your family's reaction to it when you called them and you told them in Delhi कि मम्मी मिल गई है मेरे को fighter and I'm doing this thing? How was it?
Bro,
Insane?
so one thing was कि अब दिल्ली में आपको पता है यार, सबको, मैं पंजाबी पेरेंट्स है मेरे, उनको अगर बताओ कोई
हाँ,
चीज, कोई
right.
प्राउड न्यूज होती है, दे इमीडिएटली वांट
हाँ,
टू शेयर इट विद पीपल.
हाँ.
तो अपने में क्या था, एनडीए था अभी, आई कुडंट स्पीक अबाउट इट, सो आई ओनली टोल्ड माय
Right,
पेरेंट्स अबाउट इट, लाइक लिटरली ओनली
right.
माय पेरेंट्स एंड माय स्कूल, लाइक टू ऑफ माय स्कूल फ्रेंड्स.
हाँ. हम्म.
एंड ब्रो, दे वर, मतलब दे वेंट फुल मेंटल ब्रो. मतलब खुशी का
Right,
ठिकाना नहीं था भाई, क्योंकि
right.
यार मेरे पेरेंट्स ना ऐसे हैं कि जब बैक इन द डे स्कूल में बच्चों के 91 92 आते थे तो चपेड़े पड़ रही होती थी कि इतने कम क्यों आए, जब
हाँ,
सबके 96 आ रहे हैं. मेरे 68 69 70 75, मॉम डैड यूं खुश हो
happy.
रहे हैं कि भाई कर लिया, बढ़िया किया, बहुत सही किया, ये हो गया.
Right.
उसके
हाँ.
बाद से ये चीज होना,
हम्म.
मतलब ब्रो, इट इज समथिंग.
हम्म.
इसके पहले
हम्म.
जब मैं बॉडी बिल्डिंग कॉम्पिटिशन में प्लेस आई थी, दैट इज द वन टाइम बिफोर दिस दे सॉ मी really work hard for something and I achieve something in that, and this so was like unparalleled, bro. The kind of love they are
हम्म.
getting, the kind of congratulatory messages that they're getting from their friends, from my friends,
हम्म.
from
हम्म.
everyone. मतलब every
हम्म.
day they will share some message कि इन्होंने ये भेजा है बेटा, we are so
हम्म.
proud of you, and I'm so happy that I was able to make them proud of me. They are,
हम्म.
मतलब उनका ज्यादा, they never ask for tू मच. वेरी
Right,
सिंपल
right.
पीपल, उनको है कि
Yeah.
कर रहे हो, खुश रहो लाइफ में, हम प्राउड है,
हम्म.
तो अपनी मर्जी से
हम्म.
कुछ कर रहे हो और अच्छा कर रहे हो,
हम्म.
अपने आप कर रहे
हम्म.
हो. बट ये के बाद तो दे वर लाइक, यार तूने सच में कर दिया यार, क्या बात है. उस दिन मेरे डैडी बोल रहे थे, यार तू सही में 1 साल के लिए गया था और करते कराते तूने कर ही लिया है कुछ. मैंने कहा ऑफ कोर्स
हाँ.
यार, ऐसे
How
आपका
has
बेटा
your
हूँ.
relationship been with your father?
अमेजिंग ब्रो,
How has it been?
ही
Right?
इज माय बेस्ट
It's like a
फ्रेंड.
typical dad, and or is like it's like a chilled
You
out
can't call it
relationship.
typical, bro. You can't call it typical.
Right.
So
Hmm.
there were scenes in the film where I was smoking cigars.
Right.
And you won't
हाँ.
believe it, why me and my dad, as a hobby, we started smoking cigars last year. It's been a year and a half, 2 years almost, since we've been smoking
Right.
cigars. Whenever I go to Delhi, At least once we sit, we smoke a cigar, we discuss what's
Hmm.
going on here. Like he tells me what's going on there with work and
Hmm.
everything. It is not a typical father-son relationship, bro. Like
Right.
he's my closest friend. He knows
Right.
everything about my life. He knows
Hmm.
what is going on, what is not going on, when my mood is off, when I'm in a good mood. Similarly, I know everything about his life. There's no
Hmm.
secrets. We've
Right.
gone to we've gone on trips like me and my dad only. We
Hmm.
chill a lot, bro. We chill a
Hmm.
lot.
Yeah, that's a good thing. No, that's a good thing. Like coming from the 90s, both of us are, right? We see a lot of people who do not share a very good bond with their fathers, right? It's like typical 90s dad behavior. Like I did not have a very good bond with my father, to be very honest, right? He was a very good man, but always in his work and stuff like that, right? So I was a little bit neglected at places. But whenever I see like what the bond you share with your father, it plays a big role in your 30s also, right?
It
Now,
does.
right, you get into a headspace and you are like कि यार मेरा बाप बैठा है, मेरे मेरे father हैं, right? I can go back and I can lean on to him, right? And मेरे को नहीं पता ऋषभ, what you tell me this कि because I lost my father in 2020.
I'm
Uh,
so sorry,
in your
bro.
in your 20 in your 30s, you need a father figure more than ever. I guess that, right?
Yeah, bro. Like I can easily say he's my backbone. Matlab,
Hmm.
he's my backbone. Like
Hmm.
it's my biggest fear, bro.
Hmm.
Both my parents, not only my father, both my parents.
Right.
Like
Biggest
I'm
fear.
very
Right.
close to my parents, and
Right.
we share a very good bond. We
Hmm.
even my mom knows everything about my life. It's not like only my dad knows everything. Even my mom knows everything about my life. And Rose,
Hmm.
most of the times I feel that I should have been my dad's father because at this, like, I'm not even kidding. In this time, he would have
Right.
had so much more fun than I have because, he
Right.
is that fun-loving guy. All of my friends
Hmm.
love to chill with him whenever I'm in
Hmm.
Delhi.
Hmm.
My mom and dad both are part of my parties all the time. When we are partying with my friends, my parents are there because my
Hmm.
dad is the OG, bro. He's the
Hmm.
OG of hosting and like, taking care of people, and he's
Right.
phenomenal at that.
Hmm. Makes sense. Acha bhai, given one day, since you are so strict on a diet now, everything's been calculated and stuff like that, and you've been doing that for a very long time. Given one day of cheating, right? दिल्ली में कहाँ कहाँ जाओगे और क्या क्या खाओगे? What would you like to eat?
ब्रो सीताराम से छोले भटूरे खाऊंगा 200%।
सबसे पहले
फिर उसके बाद मैं मोती महल जाऊंगा लंच के लिए, बटर चिकन दाल मखनी बटर नान खाने।
हाँ
फिर मैं शाम को नागपाल से छोले भटूरे खाऊंगा।
2 बार छोले भटूरे हर दिल्ली वाले की लिस्ट में होते हैं, मेरे में भी है whenever I
ब्रो
come to India. हाँ.
हर संडे मेरे घर ब्रेकफास्ट छोले भटूरे होते थे यार।
Same. There was a point I would drink till death, but early 20s में 22 23 फ्राइडे नाइट दोस्तों से दारू वारू पी, अगले दिन उठे हैंगओवर में, हैंगओवर फूड इज छोले भटूरे. You have to
हाँ
go
ब्रो,
to Nagpal and eat it. Right?
डेफिनेटली भाई, छोले भटूरे इज लव, मतलब उससे टेस्टी कुछ नहीं है। फिर
हाँ.
अगर आप स्पेसिफिकली दिल्ली बोल रहे हो तो मैं फिर से दोबारा कहीं और जाके बटर चिकन और दाल मखनी ही खाऊंगा। बट अदरवाइज मैं पिज्जा वगैरह खाता है यार। आई वुड हैव ईटन अ गुड
हाँ.
पिज्जा, बट सिंस
अरे
इट्स
यार,
दिल्ली।
दिल्ली में मैंने एक चीज देखी है, दिल्ली वाले हम सिंस you go to a gourmet restaurant like once in a while it's fine, right? You would go eat some South Korean food, some Japanese food and stuff like that. नहीं होता ना.
ब्रो मेरा सिंपल
आंचल वाले.
हिसाब है, अगर किसी रेस्टोरेंट में मेरे को ग्रिल्ड चिकन या ग्रिल्ड मटन या ग्रिल्ड फिश मिल रही है, आई एम
हाँ.
ओके। आप चाहे
आई एम
जापानीज
ओके.
खिला दो, चाहे चाइनीज खिला दो, चाहे कुछ भी खिला दो, बस मेरे को ग्रिल्ड प्रोटीन चाहिए। उस
एग्जैक्टली
बट मैं
एग्जैक्टली.
आई एम नॉट वेरी फॉन्ड ऑफ दी जापानीज और अदर कुजीन्स ब्रो,
हाँ
टू बी
हाँ.
ऑनेस्ट।
नहीं
अब
समझ
मेरे को
आता
ना,
ना.
ब्रो इतने साल से वो करके ना, अब मेरे को ऐसे हो गया कि सिंपल रखो यार, जो पता है वो
हम्म.
खाओ, जिसके मैक्रोज
हम्म.
खा सक कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो वो ठीक है।
हाँ. दैट मैटर्स. जैसे वो आजकल वो ग्रिल्स का चला है ना, बारबेक्यू नेशन इज अ प्लेस, राइट?
हाँ
एनी
तो
राइट,
बहुत टाइम
एवरीबडी
से।
वाज लाइक कहाँ चलना है, बारबेक्यू नेशन चलते हैं, राइट? व्हाई? बिकॉज हम अपने दिमाग में वही कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं कि यार मैं इतना कार्ब हो जाएगा, बाकी हम प्रोटीन ही खा रहे हैं. इट्स
हाँ
नॉट
ब्रो।
लाइक ऑयल फील्ड है, हाँ, अपने सामने बन रहा है. तो ये होता ही होता है.
ब्रो मैं पूरी अपनी स्कूल लाइफ दिल्ली में था और मैंने
हम्म.
सिर्फ खाया है, मतलब आप कह सकते हो मैं उस टाइम पे सिर्फ खाने के लिए जीता था। मैं जब
हाँ
टाइम मिलता था मैं कुछ ना कुछ टेस्टी खा रहा होता था।
हाँ.
करते कराते 12th तक मैं 120 kgs हो गया था।
हम्म.
ठीक है।
हम्म.
तो कहीं ना कहीं जब मैं पतला हुआ ना, मेरे दिमाग में ये भी आया कि यार इतना तो खा लिया लाइफ में, अब ना वो अब जो बोलते हैं ना कि यार टेस्टी खाना खाना है या ये
हम्म.
खाने का मन कर रहा है, वो अब आता ही नहीं है ब्रो।
नहीं
इट्स
आता ना.
गॉन,
हाँ, हो जाता
मतलब
है एक एक
चले
पॉइंट, एक
जाता है
पॉइंट के
अब।
बाद हो जाता है.
अब body ज़्यादा important हो गई है.
Exactly. So you haven't had a single sip of alcohol like for the past 4 5 years? कुछ
4
नहीं.
years, bro. 2020 Jan I
Nothing.
quit. No. I was
Nothing.
never really into alcohol also, to be honest. मैं
Right.
पीता था तो socially party करने के लिए, but after I thought कि यार ना तो मेरे को इतना ज्यादा कोई शौक है फालतू में, इससे मेरी growth भी hamper हो रही है, वो what's the point of drinking? So then I
See,
quit.
a lot of people say कि जो भी लोग बॉडी बिल्डिंग में अपना फिजिक मेंटेन करते हैं, they become anti social. There's some truth to it, to be very honest, right?
Bro, I go for all parties. If I'm not
But
drinking,
the
I
whole
don't
point
need
is like,
I don't
you
need
don't need
alcohol
alcohol.
to, talk to people or like dance or
Hmm.
just party. I can do that without alcohol also. यार चल जाता है काम.
Yeah, and you've come to a point where you would be like, यार मैं कल सुबह मेरा workout है. The first thing strikes you. You look at a bottle and the first thing that strikes you is यार कल का मेरा workout आएगा. I don't
हाँ
want to
bro.
go there. Right.
Any
I don't want to
party I
push
go
it.
to, any party I go to, and if it's not very necessary for me to stay, I leave by 12:31. उससे ज्यादा क्या party करनी है यार? I like to wake up early. I like that, disciplined style of my life. I wake up, I do
Right.
my,
Right.
I do my chanting. I do
Are you into
my,
Buddhism?
yes, bro.
Arey, my wife is she's been doing the Nichiren
Namyo,
Buddhism. I'm so sorry.
Nichiren
Namyo
Daishonin
Renge.
Buddhism. Yeah, Namyo
Ha ha
Renge
ha.
Kyo.
She's been
I've
doing
been
this
doing
for the
that for the
past
last year and a
13 years.
half. Oh,
Yeah.
13 years.
13 years. Yeah. She's been
Wow,
doing this
bro.
diligently. She does this every day. Like
Bro,
every day. She's
it's
some
very
of the
peaceful, yeah.
top in Canada. Some
Wow.
top members in Canada also. She was in India also. She used to do this every day.
Wow.
It's crazy, like
Bro,
the
I would love to
dedication and
someday sit and chant with her, bro.
yeah. See, yeah, that's what the thing is. I keep making fun of her. Like, it's not in a serious way, but it's like I'm like, "Ki you guys are a cult or something." She took me to a couple of places, right? I'm not very spiritual. I'm not very religious either. So, but it's like whenever you see them, Namyo Renge Kyo coming from a lot of people together, it puts you in a place of spirituality automatically. That's
Bro, you
what
feel
I have
power. You
observed.
feel power.
You
You
feel
feel
that power.
unison.
How did you start this? How did you start this? Who got you into this?
Yeah, my bua and my masi have been doing it for a very long time back in Delhi.
Acha.
And my masi had also told me a couple of times, but my bua kind of, she just kept telling me continuously for a couple of weeks, कि तू कर. And then I was like, okay, कर लेता हूँ. Then I started. That time it was like 15 minutes a day. Then I
Right.
started.
Right.
Then I was doing that. I was doing that. I was doing that. Then I met a friend in Bombay. He, told me a little bit more about it. Like only chanting, you don't have to only chant. There's Daimoku also that you have to read, and
Daimoku.
then
Ha.
how you have to do it. Then he told me.
Right.
So then I kept doing that. Now I chant for like half an hour, 40 minutes a day. And like recently, I've been like I haven't, so Buddhism, to go to the meetings, there are chapters and stuff, and there's
Right.
groups
Right.
in different, हर area का अपना होता है. So I haven't been to a single meeting right now, of like till now. Like last month only, I met another friend who's into Buddhism, and he took me to my first meeting, and that was a whole different experience, bhai. I mean, I'm not
Different
kidding.
experience. Right.
Plus, all these things really give me peace, man. I do this. I listen to Hanuman Chalisa every day.
Right.
So there's this Guruji in Delhi.
I know.
I follow
I
him
know.
also. I've been following him since
Right.
2008. So
Right.
it's all about peace here. I feel really
Right.
peaceful and
That's
trust
true.
me, bro, the day I get up and I have nothing to do immediately after I wake up, and I have like 1 to 2 hours to me. And every time I start my day with chanting and praying, my day goes off so well, bro. You can call
That's
it belief, you can call it
right.
positive vibes. It just
Right.
puts you in the right mindset to go
Right.
through your day, is what I feel.
My wife has been telling me to do the same thing because I have a very frivolous mind. I have to have something on my hands to do, right? कुछ ना कुछ मुझे चाहिए करने को. I'm not at peace at all. There are times where I either have to work out, right? Either just be with my daughter. My daughter she just turned 3 months old. We just had our first
Hey,
kid.
congratulations, bro.
Right. Thank you, bye. So, and it's like
So what's
so
her
much
name?
is going
Sorry.
on. Her
What's your
name is
daughter's?
Seep. Seep.
Sheep.
S-E-E-P. Seep.
Oh, nice, bro.
It means an oyster.
Yeah,
So, yeah. So, either it's her, either it's the gym, or it's both of my YouTube channels, right? And I'm writing a web series for TVF also now, so
Oh,
I'm
wow.
involved in that, right? So it's like I need to have something on my hands, otherwise I'm not able to do it. What sets the tone for your day is like your chanting and everything. Same goes for my wife also. Whenever she's stressed, she does that. I start my day with a 10-kilometer walk with 10 kgs on my back every day. I go out for a walk every fucking day.
That is
Right?
meditation in itself, bhai.
Yeah, भाई वही वाली चीज है. We all have our solaces, but I've been trying hard to get into either chanting Hanuman Chalisa every day. It's not like कि मैं रोज नहीं करता हूँ. I do it when my wife insists me to do it, right? There's a difference. You would know it, right? You were also brought into this practice. And now you are self-sufficient कि हाँ मुझे उठ के करना ही है, and it gives you peace, right? I have always struggled with that, but I'm happy कि you have actually found like a cornerstone of peace in your life कि हाँ भाई chanting से फर्क पड़ता है. That's the whole point,
पड़ता है, bro.
right?
I would definitely say पड़ता है यार. You need to,
Right.
yeah. It's again, this is the same as I feel about fitness. It's not necessary to go to the gym to get fit.
Yeah.
You need to find something that you can continuously do and consistently do,
Right.
so that consistency की ही बात है. So here also, if you like, there are so many religions, so many practices happening, and you can try everything. There's no restriction on that. You will find your own thing when you find it, how you find it, that it will happen if it has to happen. Like you run, that is meditation for you, bro. I'm sure you're running alone, you're not talking to anyone.
No,
You're listening to your
absolutely.
music.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
yeah.
meditation. That clears your head for the rest of the day. That is what you need.
How many times
Spirituality
a day
has
are you hitting the gym right now?
once, bro. Once. अभी तो थोड़ा I've become busy.
नहीं, a week, दिन में, week में.
7 days a week, bro.
7 days.
7 days a week. 5 days
Find me
weight
there,
training,
right?
2 days cardio.
Right. So, अभी भी you are training with a personal trainer or you just on your own right now?
Always with a personal trainer. I always, bro. Like I've always been of the belief कि यार personal trainers are very necessary, especially if you're starting
Very
out.
necessary.
आपको लोगों को लगता है पर्सनल ट्रेनर एक्सपेंसिव है, ठीक है. लोग ये नहीं सोचते कि अगर वो 3 साल बिना पर्सनल ट्रेनर के काम करेंगे तो उनका उतना प्रोग्रेस होएगा जितना वो 1 साल में पर्सनल ट्रेनर के साथ कर लेंगे. तो वो 2 साल के लिए जो पैसा बचाएंगे ना, दैट इज, मतलब वो लोग बाद में समझते हैं. टिल द टाइम उनका फॉर्म खराब हो चुका होता है, या 1-2 इंजरियां हो चुकी होती हैं, जिम छोड़ चुके होते हैं.
This is such a right thing that you've said, and coming from a place of a celebrity, like you are now a certified celebrity who's actually very fucking fit, right? There have been celebrities, again I would not like to name call, प्रोटीन भी खराब है उनकी वजह से, प्रोटीन डाइजेस्ट नहीं होता एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. बट द होल पॉइंट इज दिस कमिंग फ्रॉम योर एंड मेक्स अ ह्यूज इंपैक्ट, राइट? What you said, a lot of people get into the gym, वो भाई 5,000 के जूते खरीद लिए, नाइकी की गियर खरीद ली, राइट? वो महंगा नहीं है, राइट? तू महीने के 5-10 हजार रुपए जिम में भर रहा है, वो महंगा नहीं है. तेरे को महीने के 10, और पर्सनल ट्रेनर इतने भी महंगे नहीं है यार. आजकल पर्सनल ट्रेनिंग ऑनलाइन हो गई है. मेरा जो 2019 में आई कट अप फॉर अ शूट, आई गॉट डाउन टू लाइक 9-10%, 7 to 8% बॉडी फैट. मेरा जो कोच था वो यूके में था. मेरा कोच यूके में था, एंड ही यूज्ड टू सेंड मी द प्लान्स, ही यूज्ड टू सेंड मी एवरीथिंग, आई यूज्ड टू सेंड हिम द वीडियोस, एंड एवरीथिंग इज इजी. 5-10 हजार रुपए महीने का है.
एब्सोल्युटली ब्रो, एब्सोल्युटली.
वहां से जो मैंने चीजें सीखी, वो चीजें आज तक मेरे साथ है. और सबसे बड़ी बात है, एक ट्रेनर होगा ना, यू आर अकाउंटेबल टू हिम. आप चेक इन उसको भेज रहे हो हफ्ते में, तू आज कैसा दिख रहा है, हफ्ते में कैसा दिख रहा है.
ब्रो मैं यही बोलता हूँ, अगर कोई भी इंसान वर्कआउट कर रहा है ना, और 3-4 महीने हो गए कि अब तुम कंसिस्टेंट हो गए हो, अब तुम्हें पता है कि तुम नहीं छोड़ने वाले, तो प्रोटीन भी तब चालू करो, तभी सप्लीमेंट पे पैसा बर्बाद करो, और तभी ट्रेनर भी लगा लो, क्योंकि अब तुम्हें पता है तुम करने वाले हो. और फिटनेस ऐसी चीज नहीं है कि तुमने 1 साल करीब फिर छोड़ दी. मतलब अगर तुम कंटिन्यूअसली करने वाले हो तो माइट एज वेल वर्क विद एन एक्सपर्ट ना. तुमने अगर 2-3 साल पर्सनल ट्रेनर के साथ काम कर लिया, इतनी नॉलेज तो खुद ही हो जाएगी कि फिर पर्सनल ट्रेनर नहीं लगेगा.
यार साल भर में ही हो जाती है. अगर तू हर हफ्ते डिलीजेंटली काम कर रहा है अपने पर्सनल ट्रेनर के साथ, तो तेरे को पता लग जाएगा तूने कितना खाना है, कैसे तोलना है खाने को.
एग्जैक्टली ब्रो, बिल्कुल
तूने कब सोना है. और सबसे बड़ी बात है, अगर तू हर वीकेंड पे चेक इन भेज रहा है अपना बॉडी वेट, अपनी बॉडी कंडीशन, तो तेरी एक अकाउंटेबिलिटी सेट हो जाती है. वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर होता है. तू पूरे हफ्ते कोई भी कर नहीं सकता
ब्रो. वो भी एक फैक्टर होता है. अगर आप एक पर्सनल ट्रेनर को पे कर रहे हो ना, तो आपको फिर वो चुभता है कि मिस करने के लिए.
हाँ, ये
यार भाई पैसे दिए हैं, जाना है. ऑफ कोर्स ब्रो, दैट इज आल्सो अ बिग फैक्टर तभी. बट एक जगह फिर ब्रो वो भी प्रॉब्लम आती है, हाउ टू फाइंड अ गुड ट्रेनर. दैट इज वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
ये तो है भाई, ये तो है. मिस इन्फो देखो, इंस्टाग्राम आने के बाद पिछले मैंने 5-6 साल में देखा, यू हैव बीन इनटू फिटनेस फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम, राइट? सर पकड़ लो. बेसन खा के प्रोटीन कर लो, सत्तू खा के प्रोटीन कर लो, राइट? दुनिया जहान का है. इट डज नॉट इवन मेक एनी सेंस हाफ ऑफ द टाइम्स.
ब्रो सबने ना जनरलाइज कर दिया है. इट्स लाइक अगर आपको बॉडी बनानी है आप बहुत तरह की बॉडी बना सकते हो, आप कंपटीशन लेवल की बना सकते हो, आप एक डिसेंट लुकिंग नाइस बॉडी बना सकते हो, आप लीन हो सकते हो, आप रिप्ड हो सकते हो, आप बल्क में रिप हो सकते हो। बहुत चीजें बना दी हैं और सबके लिए उन्होंने बस एक ही चीज बोली है, भाई प्रोटीन डाल दो, ये कार्ब्स खा लो गेन करने के लिए। मतलब आधी अधूरी नॉलेज बहुत है यार बाहर, जितना
बहुत ज्यादा
जितना बोल लो।
सप्लीमेंट्स के अगेंस्ट है, सप्लीमेंट्स के अगेंस्ट है। वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ, ऑल ऑफ दिस इंफॉर्मेशन कमिंग फ्रॉम अ पॉइंट ऑफ अथॉरिटी, राइट? बड़े बड़े स्टार्स ने ये बोला कि प्रोटीन मत खाओ, राइट? व्हाट यू सेड कि always have a personal trainer is the right thing. That's exactly what I tell people कि अगर तू 6-8 महीने से कर रहा है ना, you are just spinning your wheels. Now get a good trainer, invest in that, invest in a good gym
एब्सोल्युटली,
membership। और उसमें जूते तू
बिल्कुल
खरीद
सही।
रहा है, तू भाई बड़ी बड़ी चीजें खरीद रहा है, तू 10,000 रुपए प्रोटीन पे खर्च रहा है, that does not make any sense. If you are looking the same year on year, you are not doing anything in the gym.
नहीं,
That's the
दैट्स
whole point.
इवन मोर वेस्ट ऑफ मनी ब्रो।
Even more waste of money and you will end up frustrated कि तेरा फिजिक तो चेंज हुआ नहीं, वैसे का वैसे ही हूं मैं, जैसे जा रहा था वैसे का वैसे ही हूं। पता लगा एट द एंड ऑफ द डे लाख रुपए खर्च दिया सप्लीमेंट्स पे।
एब्सोल्युटली ब्रो। और बहुत लोग करते हैं यार ये।
बहुत लोग करते हैं भाई, बहुत लोग करते हैं। आई थिंक भाई we've had a great chat. It was fantastic sitting with you, right? I wish we
थैंक
would
यू
have
भाई।
had more time, but धीरेन ने मेरे को बताया था कि you are a little tight on time. You have to go on your
या
meetings.
ब्रो,
Quickly, one question: what are the next projects that we can expect you to see in? Anything
भाई
coming
as
this year or
soon,
next year?
hopefully something will come in this year only. I'm in
That's
talks
great.
right now for new projects, but
Right.
it's too early to speak about them.
Right,
Too
right,
early.
right. Makes sense. Makes sense, buddy.
Once
Makes
it's
sense.
concrete,
100%.
I'm sure the announcements and all will come out as soon as it's concrete.
Right,
Let's see.
right, right. 100%, bhai. Thank you. Love sitting with you, bhai. Thank you once again for
Loved
coming
it,
on.
bhai.
मजा आया आपसे बात करके। अब दिल्ली आऊंगा। आई एम probably coming next month or in April. I'll probably, if you are around or if you are in Bombay, I'll come to Bombay also. We'll just
Bhai,
hit a
pakka,
gym
please,
session
please let
together
me know
whenever you
whenever
have the
you're
time.
here, yaar, and
Yeah,
good
yeah.
luck,
Let's hit the gym together once.
good luck to your daughter, bro. May she stay healthy.
Thank you, bhai.
And
Thank you.
if your wife is coming with you, I would love to chant with her, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely, bhai. Absolutely, 100%.
पक्का पक्का मेरे भाई।
मिलते हैं। Thank you,
Done,
bhai.
done, done. चलो, see you,
Thank you, bhai.
Baba.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
good
you.
night.
And we gotta do it something like this.